sports. It's in the game.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to RORY McILROY and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Now down to the first, 418 yards.
Dogleg right, you can see that bunker down the right side. Trees come in as well. Definitely giving it that shape to the right side. Fairway sloping that way as well. Not overly long, so you don't have to hit driver.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Settles in over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3 downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Frank, here at the third, players facing a challenging tee shot.
For a number of reasons, Rich. One, that the hole bends to the left. Two, that the fairway starts to run out. And three, the length of the second shot. You get rewarded the better you hit your tee shot down here.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Now the approach here at the third. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Interesting with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Boy, this would be nice. A fourth consecutive birdie. Heating up.
I'm running out of fingers.
Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke,
and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you can breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Birdie try up next. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit 5-iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron. A lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that power on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left, so you have to land that ball in the middle of the green. So yeah, it's a big advantage if you can go at this hole with like a 5-iron. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut. That's not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6 and a 7 and an 8 or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
Frank, second shot here at the par 5 7th. You having a go at this one?
Yes, but you still have to respect the water and the trouble around. So anything slightly left of that flag is fine. That's an absolute beauty.
Playing his third here at the par 5. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Drops another birdie and moves to 4 under on the day. Frank, in modern professional golf, we're seeing more and more drivable par 4s, like the 8th here at Quail Hollow, 350 yards. What do you think of this hole?
It's not a bad hole. Drivable, some might say, but the angle of the green means it's hard for that tee shot to keep on the green. But I think the reward for hitting a driver is try and sort of aim at that tree just left of the green. And the reason why is then you've got to pitch up the direction of the green. This is a really narrow green.
Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Perfect, and in the hole. What a shot.
Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495-yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
Frank, what's ahead now on this approach shot at the long par 4 ninth?
Well, what's in favour for the player, Rich, is the fact that both the left and the right side of the green slope back towards the middle. So you can almost use them like sideboards.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Well, this would be nice, Frank. I mean, you talk about jump-starting a round. If he were to make another birdie, boy, he'd really have it going in the right direction.
You can sort of feel it too. People around there know. I've seen the birdies to this point.
Back-to-back birdies and 6 under par.
Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Crucial eagle attempt on the way.
This is a 22-foot putt. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Frank, this is a nice run right here.
Oh, yeah, and this is very makeable, too. Excellent chance for 4 in a row.
Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt.
Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
There's two, really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron, and I've seen players like RORY McILROY just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. RORY McILROY now on the approach shot. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus it's yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Good chance here. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Settles in over the putt. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with a driver, nothing in between.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Can't make them all. That one gets away. These putts keep the round together. He really has it going now. Consecutive birdies. Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
Exactly.
Rich. It really did.
That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, it's a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is well required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Second shot now to the daunting par 4 16th hole. Frank, this is all you want.
Yeah, and if you want to take the safe route, then obviously that's down the right side. That's the quickest way to get to the putting surface, and also it's the flattest side. When they start sticking the flag on the left, though, be prepared to pay the price. Short, difficult chip. Long, ball's going to bounce over the back.
This is for his birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just 2 holes remaining here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the signature par 3, 221 yards, the 17th.
And they have a multitude of tees here. One of the new back tees is actually where the old 16th green was. And if you think don't go left is the way to play, then that won't work either, because right's not that much good. This is it. Stand on the tee and you better hit a good shot.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I thought he made that. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area. Just over 290 yards to get past that. And then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
Final approach shot of the day here at 18. Frank, what's the key?
A nice high shot that just holds from that left side would be perfect. But it's so hard to get the ball all the way back because this second shot is played slightly uphill, nearly 3/4 of the club. Really, this is an awkward length.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.